Hello, everyone. My name is Chitra. Today, we are tackling a question that comes up in almost every SEO and marketing conversation right now. Does technical SEO actually matter for AI visibility? So, we reviewed 11 sources and ran our own test to find out. And I'm going to walk you through everything we found. So, here's the problem we kept running into. Every technical SEO checklist out there lists the same 5 or 6 factors, and they all explain how those factors affect your Google rankings. But almost none of them tell you which ones will actually block you from showing up in ChatGPT or Perplexity, and which one barely matters at all. So we decided to stop guessing and actually test it. Before we get into results, let's get one thing straight. What do we even mean by AI visibility here? We are not talking about brand mentions. We are not talking about a recommendation with no link attached. What we mean is very, very specific. Does the AI actually cite your page as a source? So here's how we built this study. Step 1, we went and reviewed 11 published sources, research from Google itself, from Vercel, from Ahrefs, from Cloudflare, plus a couple of academic papers. And across all of them, 6 factors kept showing up again and again: crawlability, indexability, schema, page speed, security, and mobile experience. Step 2, we didn't just take their word for it. We ran 30 live tests of our own using real named brand across 3 AI tools: ChatGPT, Perplexity, and Google Overview. Now, here's something important we had to figure out first. When an AI gives you an answer, there are 2 ways it could know that information. It might have just read the page live right at that moment, or it might just remember it from training data months or even years old. From the outside, I think both of them look exactly the same. But we only counted something as proof if the exact page showed up in the tool source list, or if the link carried ChatGPT's own tracking tag. And if a tool only mentioned the website in general without pointing to a specific page, we still wrote that down. Okay, so let's start with the factor I think everyone assumes matters the most: the crawlability. Can blocking bots actually keep you out of AI answer? So for this one, we looked at G2, the review site. So G2 here blocks 7 AI bots in its robots.txt file, and all 7 are training bots, like you can see it on the screen: GPT bot, Claude bot, Google extended, etc., etc. But here's the interesting part. 3 other bots aren't named in the block at all: the OAI search bot, Perplexity bot, and ChatGPT user. So these are the bots associated with fetching live answers for real user questions, not just training a model. So to test this, what we did was we picked 2 companies with review pages on G2. One is the A2, a CRM tool, and Leaner, a project tracking tool. So we asked ChatGPT, Perplexity, and Google AI Overview the exact same question for each: what is their rating on G2? And as you can see on the screen, all 3 tools gave both companies the correct star rating. So review counts varied a bit, but the ratings themselves were spot on across the board. So what is the verdict here? So crawlability can absolutely affect your AI visibility, but our test shows something a bit narrower than that. Blocking those 7 bots didn't stop any of the tools from citing the pages correctly. So the takeaway I feel here is block the wrong bots and nothing really changes for you. So the second experiment is indexability. Can an AI even cite a page that hasn't been indexed by Google yet? So for this, we used Twixer, which published a brand new blog post on July 6th, 2026. So we checked using Google site search and the page wasn't showing up. It was completely unindexed at first check. So we asked all 3 AI tools about the exact topic of the post while it was still unindexed, and none of them cited it. So I think it makes sense so far. But here's where it gets interesting. Once the page finally got indexed, we asked 2 different ways. First, a plain generic question about the topic. Then the same question, but with Twixer's brand name added in. And the results were all over the place. So Perplexity found the new page directly, both times, no help needed. Google AI Overview only found it once. We mentioned Twixer by name directly, and ChatGPT, interestingly, never cited the new page at all, even with the brand name added. So it pulled from unrelated Twixer documentation pages instead. So here's our verdict. Indexing is the flaw, but I think it's not the finish line. Before a page is indexed, citation simply isn't possible for any of the three AI tools of how we just saw that right now. But once it is indexed, that doesn't guarantee anything automatically. How easily each tool actually finds your page, I think it varies a lot. So the third factor here was schema markup. Does adding structured data to your pages actually get you cited more? So for this, we compare two brands. Clueso has real authority, around 100 G2 reviews, name customer, but zero schema markup anywhere on their site. You can see the screenshot here. Glitter, on the other hand, is a much smaller brand, but it definitely they have their schema in their place. We confirmed this directly in the source code before testing anything. Then we asked for a fact-based question for each. For Clueso, we asked where it stores customer data, a fact that's sitting right there in their page copy. For Glitter, we asked whether it's SOC2 compliant, a fact that actually represented in their schema. So here's what happened. For Clueso, ChatGPT actually missed a regional detail that is about Mumbai, Frankfurt, California, even though it was plainly visible on the page. Perplexity matched the FAQ word for all the words, and Google AI Overview named all three regions correctly. For Glitter, all three tools nailed the SOC2 answer, including the audit type and how to request the report. So what is the verdict here? It can help, but it's a nudge, not a requirement. So generic schema barely moves anything, but schema that's packed with specific real facts showed noticeably stronger citation results, especially for smaller, less established brands still who are building up their authority. So the fourth factor, what we are going to discuss here, is about the page speed. Does a slow loading page just get skipped by AI tools? So for this, we picked Dropbox video feedback tool page for this one. So it loads with the largest contentful paint of 4.6 seconds on a mobile. So I think Google itself calls anything over 4 seconds poor. We asked all three tools a very specific question worded to match a real feature on that exact page. Does Dropbox video review tool lets you filter comments by who left them? So all three, that is all the three tools here, got the answer correct, but only one of them actually confirmed reading that slow page directly. Perplexity did confirm right there in its full source list. ChatGPT and Google AI Overview both got it right too, but they pulled from different faster pages. So Dropbox, I think it was from Dropbox Help Center and their blog instead. So what is the verdict? Page speed is mostly a small nudge. It is not a blocker, except at the extreme end. So because 2 out of 3 tools skip the slow page entirely for faster alternatives. And when you pair that with a much bigger study covering over 100,000 pages, the pattern still holds. Speed rarely decides citation on its own unless a page is genuinely and consistently slow. And now the last two factors, security and mobile. And I think I'll be upfront with you all here. Security and mobile might matter for AI visibility. But right now, there isn't enough evidence to say either way. On security, we only found one report from Cloudflare about a stealth crawler bypassing blocks. And honestly, Cloudflare sells bot blocking products, so take that with a grain of salt. And Perplexity has actually disputed the report too. On mobile, we ran one clean test ourselves in Dropbox, comparing what desktop and mobile visitors actually see in the code, and we didn't find any real gap. But one test on one brand, I think, isn't enough to call a verdict either way. So if you have seen something contradicting on either of these, please drop it in the comments, and we genuinely love to dig into it and come back with an update. So now the big question comes here. After all of that, which are the 6 out of, I think, the 6 factors, 30 tests, where should we actually be spending your time? So here's the breakdown. Fix crawlability first if you're blocking bots that the AI tools you care about actually use to answer live questions and not just training box. Fix indexability if a page isn't showing up in a site search yet. Fix schema if a key fact only lives in your code and nowhere in your visible copy, especially if you're a smaller brand. And fix page speed only if your load time is severely, consistently slow, not just imperfect. So this was our own research, and it's not a client engagement. No case study even to show off here. So at Concurate, we don't just write about AI visibility, we genuinely test it. So if you want to actually understand how your brand is showing up in AI search instead of guessing, that's the exact kind of work we do. So that's everything we found. Any questions, or if you disagree with any of our verdicts, we genuinely love to hear it from you. Please drop in the comments below, and thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.